Thanks, Spatula, for that.
Thanks, Spatch! Oh my god! That's the second fracking time!
I'm in my living room now.
Oh my!
And I have like 3 meters.
Where were you? Where were you on the last episode where 3 freaking hours no one heard me talk?
That was my last.
You was.
I just moved in place.
And we were in the mess hall when you told us. Bonk,
Yeah.
Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I'm smashing your toes.
It's a lot of pairing.
Because that's how you're supposed to use this here.
I used to be a guardsman until I took an arrow to the knee.
Punch.
I'm gonna put a soldier in you. You're gonna be my man.
Make a soul, make a man out of me.
You're gonna make a man out of you.
I guess you could run up and shield back.
Hey, Storm, you were floating.
Or whatever, you know, like.
I think
Hey,
that was
did
the
you-
intimidation factor.
Just doing
What's
one
up? Trying to
last
look taller
check-in.
than me.
How are you doing?
Oh boy.
89%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost there.
If it is alright with you, I'm going to at least start off, and you can join in whenever you actually get into the map. I don't want to take up everybody's time, and I want to make sure that this is done relatively soon.
Roger that. I should be in the map in just a couple of minutes.
Alright, as soon as you get into the map, just take a hard right and walk until you see all the blueberries.
Huh?
Alrighty. I'll look for the blueberry patch.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I don't get it.
In as well, just get everyone started.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Stay away from it.
Like I said, once you load in, just take a hard right and go until you see blueberries.
Bluebies.
If you have not played Battlefield, yeah.
So you're gonna be full on there? You gonna be there?
I'm on Rowney's Caldera mission, so be going to manage to get into one of those.
Oh god, this is gonna take me back to my time back in LARP.
Yeah, I have my my mute avatar has a bow, so refunded.
I'm trying to get back into that so I can get back in shape.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Bonk, do you like bonk?
No, I wouldn't.
You have to stay behind. That's what everybody keeps on forgetting. Everybody keeps on saying forgetting to stay behind, or it's not loud enough.
Time to remember my Breton training.
Alrighty. All my blueberries, get into a line in front of me. Face forward. Line up here. It's not single fire either. Make a row. As soon as you see it, got it.
Make ranks?
Alright.
You want ranks?
I just want to make sure that everybody's able to see.
Form
Everybody
ranks.
Form ranks.
Something needs a little rank.
Except you, Haven. You get up here.
Well, this isn't even a race. This is just a line.
Yes, it is. Either way.
It's Lord Blueberry himself.
Oh my god.
Anyways. If everybody is able to see me, I want to make sure that everybody knows, welcome. This is a combat workshop. At some point you will die here. Everybody will walk away from this workshop with at least a 1 on their death count. Some in the doubles.
I'm gonna go for triple.
But yes. And Digit is finally inside of the map.
No one beats my score.
I'm gonna go triple digits.
So, welcome everybody to the second combat workshop I have taken a part of. This is going to be co-run by Haven, who will be doing a ranged workshop immediately after this one. So, to start off, I will be teaching you all the general basics of how to do melee combat in VR. I'm pretty sure it's pretty simple. I'm pretty sure a good number of you have picked up a pool noodle at some point and imagined it's a lightsaber. It's a lot like that.
No.
Who hasn't?
If you haven't done that, it's pretty dang close. So,
If you haven't,
on all of your avatars, you should have the number of weapons in front of you. You should have pugilism gloves. You should have a sword. You should have an axe. You should have a shield, and you should have a spear. These are not all of the weapons that you will see inside of melee combat. There are going to be some differences. Some people will have whips. Some people will have something you may have never seen before. But for the purposes of this workshop, we'll be covering these particular weapons and simple ones. If you have never done actual VR combat before, we're going to start off by giving you your sword. That is the most common weapon, aside from axes and just using your straight up fists. So, everybody switch to your sword, no shield, no spear, no axe, no ultimate mega weapon that you combine everything with. Damn it. Switch to only sword.
Yeah, ultimate mega weapon.
Wait, sir, I have a camera in my left hand. Should I have that?
Your camera is now dead. Congratulations, your camera is first blood. You do not have it. But so, everybody.
Damn you, Lennius.
Jokes aside, this is something that I did in the last workshop. I taught everybody a little bit of the basics about the weapons that they wanted to learn. For this one, just so I'm able to keep everybody's time here, we're going to move through them semi-quickly. Starting off with the sword combat that I know, if you are wielding a sword in one or both hands,
oh god,
there are, by textbook, I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas of attack with a sword. And there are 7 areas of blocking. There are several different stances, several different things like that, but I'll teach you the bare minimum. If you have your sword, 6 areas of blocking if somebody attacks from the top right, top left, sides, or downward. You will be able to move your sword to the side, like this, for the middle strikes, holding it up to one side or the other for upward strikes. And then if somebody goes from the legs, you flip down and block like this and move aside. The 7th one is if somebody gives you a thrust into your chest. If that is the case, most often that is a sweeping motion and you riposte with a strike of your own. That is basic blocks and sword combat. If you are giving strikes, it is the same locations, except you are taking the sword in your hand, striking from the right, striking from the left, upward right, upward left, low right, low left, and of course, the stab. Inside of VR combat, it's good to know where you block usually, and if somebody just goes in straight up for an overhead strike, I'm pretty sure everybody's able to guess what you do with the sword. So, that is basic sword combat. Haven, if you would like to demonstrate, I'm going to hit you now.
You're gonna hit me? You're gonna just throw his sword at him or something? I'm going to strike you.
Fucking Spartan.
Okay, well, just to give you all an example, I'm going to be using, in perspective to Haven, his shoulders, I'm using his directions. I'm going to be sending a left strike, top right strike, and a stab. He will be blocking and riposting the last one. So, just a way to give you an example of how sword combat usually goes in VR. It's normally not this scripted, and you have to figure it out as you go, but we'll get into that after we give you some basics of the weapons. Do you have a question?
Are we? Well, I know this is a bit advanced, but are we allowed to, like, kick? kind of in combat?
If you have full body, kicking is a thing.
Okay.
That we're going to be covering that after we give everybody at least the basics, because some people are in half body, and that is important to know.
RP kick.
Even if you're in half body, you're able to use
kicks
your
in the back of the knee.
RP kick.
RP kick.
But roll the kick. Yeah, usually this is how melee combat works inside of VR. Two people see each other, they start combat, they start swinging. They just go. And then they just keep going until somebody gets hit. And then you figure out where it goes from there. You trade blows, you go back and forth, and combat goes on. Until one of you decides that you want to lose or you want to win.
It's a dance. It's an honor system.
Yep.
For honor.
In Aether and in several other RPs, it is an honor system by the fact that you are in combat with another person. You and the person you're fighting are trusting each other to make sure that somebody wins and somebody loses. You don't always have to win. You don't always have to lose. But taught you swords, you know, basic swords. If you would like to practice, we can do that as soon as I give you some pointers on the other ones so that people are able to do mixed combat. Next, the pugilism weapons. Those are the little tonfas. Those are the batons.
The gauntlets. Well, they're called gauntlets.
Yes, they're called gauntlets. These are your stand-ins for when you have no weapon. If somebody in this workshop is using these, it does not necessarily mean they have a weapon. This is just them choosing the fact that they are going to be using their hands. Yes, there are fist weapons. Yes, you're able to wield giant fuck-off gauntlets. But it's best to have
This is the
something like
right
this.
way we should be holding our tonsors in ATK.
So, with these tonfas...
No. This is the wrong one.
That is a stand-in for melee combat with your bare hands. So usually it is a right punch, left punch, hooks, uppercuts. If you've played Wii Boxing, it's that. Except, yes, just imagine you're fighting Matt. So
I took boxing.
Yeah.
I took boxing.
Just remember, when you're throwing punches, you're not Goku. You're in VR. If you throw punches too fast, your hands are going to go everywhere, and nobody's going to know what you're doing. When you're making actions in VR, especially when you're using very light or very quick weapons, you need to telegraph what you're doing. For example, if you're in full body, you're more capable of doing this because you have full control of where your body is. You're able to wind back, lean up, and give somebody a full body uppercut. If you're in half body, if you do not have legs, you're still able to do this by rotating your hands and slightly rotating your head, and your whole body will face the direction of where your shoulders are. So for example, you're able to pull your hands back, your body will do something similar to this, and then you're able to just rotate back around by moving your other hand behind you. That's a way to signify weight behind your punch if you're inside of half body. Do I have anybody in half body that would like to be an example? Also, I saw your hand go first.
Look at all the volunteers. What's up?
So,
You got such good volunteers.
put up your hands like this.
We really do.
And go like that. If you do that, your shoulders don't move. But if you slightly turn your head, if you are in half body, your shoulders follow your head movement. You're able to move your hands up and around all you want, and your shoulders will not move. So, if you want to make sure that you are winding up for the punch like this, you turn your head into where your hand is going behind you so that your shoulders move with it, and then turn back to give the blow. With a sword, you don't really need to do this, but if you're wielding like a two-handed Zweihander or Guts' Dragon Slayer, whichever one. It's the same rules. You look where you're going, you swing through. But hand to hand, yes.
I was gonna say something that really helps for those in a half body. Watch your fists as you're throwing them, because
yes,
it actually forces your body to actually respond.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. If your headset is tracking your fist, your shoulders will follow it as well. That's a good rule of thumb. Just track the punch that you're doing. And that's for... Yes. If you move too fast, the moves will become jittery and nobody will understand what you're doing. For example, if I just go up and go... Usually you're not able to see that happen, especially if I was just to go something like that. You didn't see that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Exactly. What I just did was throw a really quick punch. Like this.
Goku?
And he saw nothing. Always telegraph whatever attack you're making. Otherwise, nobody's gonna see it except your mind. It's not theatrical. It's not very good anyway. Also, if you do it too fast, you're liable to pop something or break something or throw something. If you've ever thrown a haymaker in Wii Sports, that's what happens.
I took boxing when I was little.
I broke so many controllers.
So I know
Exactly.
training, but it's gonna be hard for me to slow my movements. So
I know that if you have any kind of martial arts training, especially boxing, where punching fast is literally the name of the game, you need to slow down. VR combat is a dance. You need to know what your partner's doing, and you need to know what you're doing. If you're...
You can go into link mode?
Oh, yeah, by the way, if you're left-handed, there's a left-handed option for each of these weapons.
Oh, I get it.
As is pointed out by Engine and Lanius over here. But, okay. Light, you have a question.
Yeah, so in terms of punches, like, what's the count? Like, is it like 1, 2, or is it like 1, 2, 3?
For light weapons and punching, like if you're dual wielding daggers or if you're just full on using your hands, usually the count is 1, 2, 1, 2. Actual seconds and not stage seconds. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not that. Count 2 seconds, 1 for the wind up, 2 for the punch. Go.
Especially considering the fact. Actually, let me just use this.
Do global.
I got my eyes.
Is it on global?
No,
I have no idea.
You gotta turn it off. Andre, you gotta turn
I gotta turn it off for you to use yours.
Ah,
now use it.
There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Got it. There we go. So yes, in VR chat, especially because of the latency, the delay. Every time I do this, the person next to me is gonna see, or in front of me is gonna see it a second and a half later. Hopefully a little bit less. But there are lots of ways to broadcast and telegraph what it is you are doing. Remember, no one can see or hear what you are doing unless they physically see it. You don't actually feel it. So if I'm behind you swinging away, and this is all I do, no one's gonna know a damn thing. So a good thing to practice and a good thing to learn is an extra way to help you telegraph what you were doing is the sound effects for it. You know, it's like what you did when you were kids. You know, make a sound of getting hit, make a sound of throwing a punch or a swing. Make the sound of you verbally getting hit, like grunts or yells. You know, like if I'm, for instance, go ahead, Light, come up here.
Oh, you're gonna get punched.
The only way I knew that happened is because he yelled into it. In the same way, because I can sit here and do this all I want. But what's going to help you interpret that a lot more is if I do this. You could hear me wind up for the big power hit and throw it into them. And they were able to react off of it. So that's one thing to remember, especially when you do not have sounds to use. Learning how to make them helps telegraph just as much as making sure they see it.
What the?
I'm actually gonna play off that.
Yeah. Give me back global boy. Yeah, yeah. Take it.
Whoa. That's not what I meant to do. I'm no clipping.
You can do it. We believe
What do you
you.
mean?
So anyway, that is actually good to know. And if nobody really knows, there are a couple of RP noises that you can boil this down to. There are 2 noises that you should get used to making. There's the hit, and there is the miss. You're able to tell which one's which, and if somebody chooses to miss, they usually just go. And how you do that, if nobody really knows how to make noises, I'm pretty sure you do. You talk all the time.
Fat man.
Fuck, I missed.
You're able to tell. Oh, you're able to tell if somebody is going to hit or miss to allow for a dodge if they make a. Yep. Those are the 2 basic noises. And if you want to know how to make those noises, the hit is usually just you going puh, like say pee, but instead don't say pee, just make the sound of the wind coming out of your mouth going
Pew 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 pew.
Behind your lips and release it.
Yep. If you purse your lips and release the air, that's it. And everybody knows how to make the whoosh. You just go whoosh.
Is that whoosh?
But and just so that not everybody is making mouth noises, I recommend practicing that when you're in your own one-on-one duels when we do a whole combat thing, because I will be doing that again. Yes, you will be fighting each other. Like I said, you're going to die at some point in this workshop.
Oh no.
But
Should I get my
that is
craft
covering fist weapons and secondarily fast ones. Even if you're fast, you need to make sure you're telegraphed. Sevra, do you have a question?
Should I get my crash mat before we start anything?
Yep. Unless you fully plan on doing a dead drop, I don't think so.
Hey, let me grab it.
I will let everyone know when we're going to start actually fighting people. I'm not just gonna surprise you out of nowhere and throw a haymaker and go everybody for themselves.
Bad idea.
That's the fun part.
But anyways, next I'm going to cover heavy weapons. Weapons that are basically over-encumbering. For that, switch to your axe. Jabberwocky's got it, Haven's got it. This model has a signifier for heavy weapons, and that is the axe. When you have a heavy weapon,
I must
you need to remember
ask you a question.
it has weight.
By the way.
Huh?
Sure hope you did it.
I heard something about a question. Somebody had a question.
I was making a pun about axe. You.
Oh. You're first on the chopping block. That was not a joke. I was being completely serious. When we start one-on-one duels, they're going to be the test dummy.
Oh, for frack's sake.
So. So. You know what? Why wait? Suitcase, come up here.
Oh, great.
Hey.
Have fun.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Stand right here. A good rule of thumb to have when you have a heavy weapon like an axe, or a heavy weapon like a greatsword, Zweihander, super ultra mega hammer, or the tail of a dragon. I don't know. You'll come across a lot. When you have a heavy weapon, it is important to remember it has weight. Something that you normally learn and is in a lot of how to act classes is picking up the invisible safe. Going like this and go. You pick up something heavy and you move it. Same rules apply for whenever you're using a heavy weapon like this. Whenever you have a heavy weapon, usually it's better to hold it down. It's heavy. You don't want to lift it up like this all the time unless you're a super strong person. Like this, you're still able to do things like kick, move it up to block if you just want to rest your hands for a while. And when you go for the swing, you tilt it back and you lean into it. Usually when you have a heavy weapon, you step into the blow. You trade feet and you go down. With this axe, like Haven will demonstrate against Suitcase here, he is going to hold his weapon as if it weighed 1,000 suns. He is going to wind up the blow, and Suitcase will see this. This is a telegraph of the absolute weight of the weapon. So, when you get hit by a heavy weapon, what happens usually?
You crumple to the ground.
You crumple. So sit. Sit down. Yep. Telegraphing is the most important thing inside of VR roleplay, whether you are wielding a fast weapon or your bare hands, or a heavy weapon like an axe or hammer. You swing back with a heavy weapon. You telegraph with a light weapon, and if you go in for a volley, you need to make sure they see the volley. If you see somebody with a giant weapon, and they're moving it lightly, it is either they have some kind of hidden strength you have no idea about, and you probably shouldn't mess with that particular person, or they're about 3 times the size of you, and you still shouldn't mess with the person.
Oh no, it's an anime protagonist.
Like, for example, swinging around a heavy axe like it's a purse on a Sunday morning. Don't want to mess with him. But yes, if anybody, yes, I'm going to be using Wii as an analogy for a lot of this. If anybody remembers Wii Tennis or Wii Ping Pong, going like this is not good practice.
That was what we call drum rolling in the LARP community.
You have to hold it like a...
No drum.
Yep. Don't drum roll. Do not only use your wrist. Never only use a wrist movement unless you're doing something like going into the chest, swinging down, and then swinging back up. Unless you're doing some fancy stuff like that because you're a master swordsman and you're like, I want to show off a little bit. Then always use your shoulder and arm fully. If you use only the wrist, you're not telegraphing a lot, and you look like a little kid holding a stick.
But I am a little kid holding a stick.
No, but you will be, because next we're going to be talking about spears and semi-ranged. So, for spears, this is actually really simple. Spears are... Yes, spears are pointy sticks. If you've ever had a kebab skewer, you know what these are. So...
Spear is the people's weapon.
Yes, actually, yes. Spears were the closest thing that peasants had to pitchforks and farming equipment. Scythes and all the other weapons that they had were basically polearms. So, spears, very simple weapon to use. You pick it up, you point the pointy end at the bad guy, and the flat end at your friends. And especially if you're running and charging into people, you have the pointy end going away from you.
Going this way, God.
However, something that not a lot of people know is that spears are also very good for countering melee weapons like swords and close quarters combat things. Yes, if you have a fist or hand, they could say like, oh, I can just grab the spear, right? Not usually, no.
I lube mine up with oil.
If you think that you can grab the tip of a spear as it is moving towards you, you should remember something about them. Not only do they have one hand on it, they have another one that's able to change how it's rotated. They are able to do this and throw off your entire grab. Spears are capable of moving around in a very big circle, depending on where your hands are placed on the pole of the spear. You're able to move it around the hilt of a sword. You're able to slip it underneath the curve of an axe. Even if somebody is right in front of you with a spear, you can sidestep them and only rotate one hand, and your spear is free from whatever grab they have on your weapon. If they have a hook, you're able to flip the spear, and it's on the other side of the hook. For example, my hand will be... actually, you know what? I'm just going to use the hilt of my sword. Hilt of my sword over his spear. You see an opening here. You're able to use your other hand to rotate the spear and flip it around. You are no longer trapped and you can move freely. Spears are very maneuverable, and they are very effective against close quarters combatants because you have something known as reach.
It is the big.
Not Halo.
Halo Reach. Oh.
Not Halo.
I knew somebody was gonna say it. I knew somebody was. But
We have reach, but
spears.
Flexibility.
They do.
Not really. Unless you have a very specific kind of spear. Spears are meant to be rigid. The only benefit that they have is that they are very maneuverable from a distance. If somebody is right up in your face, it's very difficult to combat them with a spear. So usually any kind of halberdier or spear combatant or somebody like that, they usually accommodate it with a shield. And any kind of defensive close range combat. If that was not obvious, I was kind of hinting at you to bring out your shield.
Shield wall.
That is a term you will be hearing a lot if you have spears. There is something known as a shield wall. There's also a formation known as a phalanx. If you've ever played Demon Souls, you know that boss.
I played
But for those who do not know, shield wall is actually making a wall of shields. It is usually not easy to pierce a shield wall unless you have a full force going into it.
Wait, Andre, why don't you
catapult.
Well, because not everybody likes naked men in oiled up spandex.
Well, that's just
He knows.
Okay, let's pick up my preferences.
Okay, for real though,
We're not
300 is an amazing movie for anybody looking for spear and shield combat. The Spartans were very good at using this form of combat as well as one-handed swords. It is well known in any kind of weapon community that the Spartan Kadach, or the slightly curved blade that had like a half crescent handle. That sword is known as one of the deadliest swords in their time period.
I only used it when they lost their spear.
They used it when they lost their spears. And they also used it inside of gladiatorial combat. But you're going to experience that for yourselves. Shield defense is very similar to sword defense. However, instead of moving into the 4 directions, you just rotate it slightly into those positions. If you're getting stabbed, you don't even move it at all. It's protecting your chest. If somebody's attacking your legs, you drop it down lightly. Other leg, drop it down to the other leg. And if you have a tower shield, well, you are the wall. You don't need to move.
Move forward. Tank unit.
Exactly.
Should you switch?
Just a really... What's up?
Should you switch up attacks too if you like
Yes.
are attacking certain parts of your body? Should you
Yes. If you have a shield and any kind of weapon, sometimes people have axes with shields, sometimes people have swords with shields. If somebody is attacking your shield, it is most common to respond to the attack with one of your own, and you just reach around, or you shove back, or you punch them in the face with a shield. That is a shield bash. Something that not a lot of people understand is that shield bashes don't actually do damage. They most commonly just disorient people. Unless you're falling from like 30 feet up on high and holding the shield below you like a really big spear.
Fucking Dark Souls reference right there.
Lanius.
He was superhero.
Yeah, just or the tried and true method of Captain America.
Yeah, we can
Shield
surf
surfing.
on the shield.
When, when the Captain America throws his mighty shoe.
Yes. Lanius brought up a good point. Some shields that you will come across, like the ones that you're wielding right now, have reinforcements around the edge of the shield. What the fuck? That is usually to keep the planks of the shield together. However, they can be used offensively. However, if it's overused, the shield is liable to break because that is one of its breaking points. It's able to take blows from the front immediately into the thing. But if it takes blows from the side, you are able to get disarmed from it if it's not bolted to your arm. Or if the thing you're attacking is strong enough, the binding of your shield will bend and snap, making it brittle, and it will break to a blow to the center. It is not recommended to do any kind of edge strikes, but if the shield is made for that, yes, you should do that.
Combine all weapons together, see what happens.
If I may. Unless you're Captain America.
Yes, go ahead. Oh, right. Be good.
Keep in mind, all of this comes down to RP combat fundamentals. So at the end of the day, if you decide that, even if, as he mentions, it's commonly used to bash into them, disorient them, you decide you and your foe have gotten to an absolute scrap, they're on the ground, you want to grab your shield and just proceed to beat them over and over with it, it's roleplay. This is all about an honor system. It's about telling a story with the person you're fighting with your weapons. Telegraphing blows, letting them respond. Basically what you want at that point. And being able to gauge what feels appropriate, what doesn't feel appropriate, what you want to take, what you don't want to take, and eventually letting that evolve into a very comfortable procedural combat. That's just a matter of time and practice. A lot of people going back and forth will be kind of like, do I take that? Do I not want to take it? I might take time on it. I don't know. They might swing and they might give a sound effect, and the other person just backs off and pretends that they, tanked it or dodged entirely. It's all a matter of practice and becoming good at the dance. Is what this all boils down to. Wait.
Now, if I could only talk normally. So, with that, y'all know what weapons you have on this model. Next, we're going to be moving a little bit faster because now you know basics of how to use the things that you have. The next section of this workshop will be engaging, figuring out who you're going to fight and what they're able to do. Like Haven said before, not everybody knows what's going on around you. You only have sight and hearing inside of these virtual reality headsets or whatever you're using. So, if you're going to engage with somebody, you need to either see them and let them know you're about to fight them. Like, either verbally and visually accost them. Like, I'm gonna fight you! I'm gonna punch you in the face! Or, if you're behind you or around, those are the things that you need to do. But it's not just that simple. When you are going up into a fight with somebody or something, if you're going up against a monster, you need to make sure that you're able to take them, or if you're going to be at a disadvantage. I'm sure if anybody's played D&D, you all know the terms advantage and disadvantage. You know, whenever you get 2 dice, or you get 2 dice, and you get the better of the 2 or the worst of the 2. That is actually based off of what this is. if you have the advantage in a situation,
Watch where
you will come out on top most of the time. If you have disadvantage, you're gonna get your stuff pushed in. Like, for example, if I was just like this, if I just had full armor and Haven had a hull on nothing, we would be going based off of the armor values, or just, yeah, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Tell me. Point.
Well, you're not wearing
And he is down! Bing, 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 bing.
So, a good thing to keep in mind is when you're going into a situation, try to gauge who would have the advantage or if it would be an equal bout. Like, if Haven and I both didn't have weapons, but we both knew what we knew, it would be a pretty even fight. Not really because of the armor, but because of the skill that we have in our chosen profession of combat. It would just go bare hands, just go rock'em sock'em robots of... It would be pretty even until one of us decides to... One of us decides to lose. Hey, don't kick me while I'm down.
Kick me while it's down. I got $50 riding on this.
But yeah, whenever you engage in combat, like Haven said before, it is a dance. You figure out what you're going to do. You're putting on a show, not only for yourselves to enjoy it, but also for the people around you who might be witnessing a combat like a gladiator fight. Do I have 2 volunteers?
Sure.
I saw Digit's hand go up really quickly. And let's... Lauren, get up here. So, Lauren here and Digit.
I have to go now.
They're both pretty evenly equipped. They have the same armor, they have a shield, and they have a weapon. So, they would engage, and you would go into combat. You're able to go into combat and do some blows that are really slow. Attacks and blocks. Attacks and riposts. Little shield bashes and pommel strikes everywhere. There is a flaw to the honor system, though. And that is the fact that nobody really knows when to stop. So, the thing that everybody needs to remember is silently, when you're in the middle of combat, try to figure out who might come on top by weighing everything that you're doing. Say, for example, I'm just going to give you some ideas in your head, just scripted combat so that this moves a little bit faster. Lauren, you have a big axe and a big shield, but Digit, you know you have a smaller weapon. You're able to move it faster. You're able to slip it in underneath a shield or behind their axe and slice their armor leg. So, instead of just straight up going like usual with normal combat, you're going to slip in with a whoosh and then go to try to signify that you're slipping in under with a quick strike. So, go ahead and keep going.
Also, quite obviously, do not be afraid to take hits. That is how the dance...
Yes.
Is.
Yep. And oh! While they were on the ground. Lauren, you're the first dead.
Roll 2, double tap.
Right. So, it is very important to know when you should take hits. When you're going up against somebody of equal skill as you, usually both people are going to walk away with a cut or a bruise or like a solid hit from the other person. You're not going to walk away clean. Unless, of course, they play it smart and they do stuff like dodge behind a pillar, or that's situational combat. In that case... What?
Where'd he go?
What do you see something?
He got lunch. He got lunch. Yeah, Gamer said it. I'm sorry, he got lunch. Yeah.
Oh, I see. What the whoa!
Where
I
did he...
understand now. Anyway, we're just return to the line. You're fine. You're both going to return to the line.
whenever you're in combat, if you're up against somebody of equal skill, you're probably going to be taking a hit. If you're up against somebody of greater skill, you're going to be taking more hits. But if you want to feel like a one-man army in Spartacus and 300 and mowing through enemy lines, you need to know if you're going up against a mass of grunts or a mass of Master Chiefs. Just to imagine the example of
So club trooper, stormtroopers,
100 of you
chief times 100
versus one Bilbo Baggins.
I know Bilbo Baggins will beat my ass with invisibility.
Bilbo Baggins comes up to about right here, and he has no weapons.
I know that, but...
Who do you think would come out in this scenario?
He has the invisibility. The ring.
Yes. That. No, somebody said the word that I wanted somebody to. Somebody said the word protagonist. Something that you always want to avoid when using an honor system is protagonist syndrome.
Oh,
you are not a one-man army. You are not immortal. Unless the DM specifically says so, in which you have been given a gift and you should, well, give everybody a show. Even if you are given that permission of you become the one-man army, still take your hits. Even the most infallible wall of a man is able to get cut up and nicked and just straight up wailed on by a couple of tiny people. Like, for example, if I was an immortal vampire, like this character is, and I was just going up against puny human man. Go on. Wail into me. Wail into me. Come on. Do it.
Where's your cup?
Into the line you go. Yes.
I ain't
I think I
catching
can
him.
sum up basically what you're saying. Heroes win
Do it.
fair fights. Villains win easy fights.
Yes. So, be honorable about what you're doing. Just remember to take your hits, and yes. Now we're going to separate... Yep. Now we're going to separate you up into sparring groups. You're able to do 1v1s, 2v1s, what have you. You're going to practice what we've been talking about, and you're going to make sure you telegraph. You let everybody know what you're doing, and you silently communicate what the winner is. Does everybody get that? If you get it, raise up your weapons or shields.
Jazz hands.
All right. So, everybody find a partner. If you do not have a partner, myself or Haven will partner up with you and give you some tips.
What the? Your leg!
Does this count as a weapon?
Let's get 2 lines. Everybody just...
And if you don't... Yeah, 2 lines.
That is an interesting combo.
You know what?
I mean, technically that still works, because technically that is...
Everyone! We've got 1 line over here and 1 line over here. We have 33 people, so somebody is going to be without a partner.
On my left. On my left. Right here. Line up on my left.
Lining up next to Storm Sharp and down from Black Shadow.
Yep.
Down this way.
Okay. Actually, if we
This is
people in here, I'm invisible right now in order to take photography.
fair point. So,
I'm trying to figure out where the freaking...
you know what? Once the lines are formed, I'm going to pick you out, and you're able to find your little areas with other people. So, Engine, are you part of the line?
Yes.
Okay. Engine, Storm. Go off, but not too far. Black Shadow, Suitcase. Form up, but go off. But not too far. CJ, Ivy. Zabson, Impossibear. Scorch, Derpy. Braun, light. Cress, Sevra. Palin and awesome. I'm sorry. My brain Crassus, Flying Angel. Abiz, Ace. Arctic, Digit. Oh, I list Lauren? Oh. Where are we going? Oh God, I can't see you. Hold on. Alright. Alright, there you are. I didn't see you, I'm sorry. You're with me. Find a place with each other. You don't have to go too far, but just do one-on-ones. Can, Chesh, pause, TLO, clock. Oh. Honestly, that's a good one because you're both pretty experienced anyway. So, Haven, you and I are going to be ganging up on Lauren. Yes. By the way, during these combats, you are going to be considered at even skill level. So make sure that you're both taking hits, you're both getting hit, and you're both giving hits. At some point, it's about a coin flip, and you have to get creative on how you're going to win. All right, continue your combats.
All right.
Lauren, I see you're choosing the axe. Just the 5 seconds thing. Would you rather have both of us at one time or only Haven? All right. What the fuck? All right. Well then, one person before you go into 2v1.
Oh, what did I hit?
You good?
Yeah, I just hit my TV.
Yeah, just make sure it's okay.
Yeah, I'll just stand this way then. Alright. And back. Oh god, I did hit it too hard, so. Alright. And. And there's
now you're both on the floor. That's a turnaround.
Yeah.
I need to change.
Yeah.
Not that experience, so I'm erring on the side of caution.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be dying.
Yeah. I mean, I did use. I'm just. Yeah. Good. So making sure I don't hit anything.
To be fair, probably gonna switch over the shield as well.
I'll stick here and do a couple of sparks with Lauren unless you want me to do the same thing. You know what? Alright, you want to do another
Come on.
Alright. You'll be fighting somebody with a two-handed sword, so you know what to do.
Dink.
You got my sword, what are you gonna...
Hits it, please.
A good little tip for everybody, because this is about putting on a show and having a dance. So when you're swinging, sometimes it'll be safe to anticipate that your opponent will block it or something will happen. So don't follow through. Stop part of the way. Give them 3 swings in succession and anticipate that they will block all 3 of them. Opposition, go ahead and block all 3 of them, and then change sides. Give that a try.
What? Okay, what did you miss, and what am I able to give you a quick rundown
Oh god, this.
I think that's on purpose.
Again, sadly, not as experience.
Oh. You're probably you're at a disadvantage. I have LARP experience, so I know.
Yeah, second time VR melee combat, I guess.
That's alright.
By the way, if you are getting tired, continue on with your combats. If you're getting tired, please feel free to take a break, drink some water, breathe, sit down, do what you need to regain your energy. All right, that is your public service announcement. Continue.
Okay, because I'm ready when you are. Hydrate or dihydrate.
Tink. Tink.
Block. I said, when someone tries to go for that on the opposite side, try and drop the shield so you can block that. But
so one more time.
Yeah. So like, see how it was when you swung, I dropped to So I went in level, and I still, yeah. Because try and find try and find openings to my swings. You see, when you block with your shield, look where my arm is. Look where my arm is. It is.
Okay.
It is open. Now I can still block it by doing that. Right. I can still block it, but sometimes there are some small openings. Yeah.
Right. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There are.
Much practice. I'm trying to just.
Yeah. No worries. I'm
Yes.
I'm just utilizing how I was taught how to sword fight. All right. Okay, let's try that again. That.
I don't know why I went with the sword.
Yeah. It's a natural thing. So yeah. Let's see. You can go for it.
Okay, so maybe.
There we go.
Again.
You'll get the hang of it, yeah. You'll get the hang of it. Like I said. Yeah. So, yeah. You this thing could be for offense and defense at the same time.
Yeah,
when you're
basically sometimes I go trying to defend with the sword instead of defending with shield.
Yeah.
And
See, mostly you probably defend the shield for up attacks, side attacks on one side. So, yeah. So if I go for this, you go for the shield, and then you can follow through with the sword for the attack. And I can do that.
First, then you go up.
Yeah. Or if you go to the side, I go like that. If you go that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's try it again. Okay. Now, I'm gonna probably do a couple of. There are also other things like fake outs. So if I go like, you're gonna try and anticipate fake outs, but that's latency was always gonna have that problem. All right, ready, ready up, at the ready. Come on, keep up the pressure. Try and put me on the defensive. Come on.
Okay, you want to switch up again?
There you go. Come on. That's it. Come on. Try and recover quickly. So, okay. And
communication within the client trying to see what we're doing in the proper time. Yes.
That is always that's always a thing that you need to remember. To clarify what he said, if you didn't already, when you're throwing hits, always assume they're going to be blocked. So, you know what happens?
Yeah, I just like it's the matter of
no worries.
timing and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of that.
Again.
Not to mention, I have no HEMA experience, so.
Same here, but like I said, I learned when I used to do live down here. I'm just using what I've learned. All right. Okay. Come on. Have that again. At the ready, and go. Now, when you do, obviously because you're in half body, aren't you?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. When you do that again, swipe at my leg again. Swipe at my leg again. I block. You're literally open. See? So try and yeah. So I can simply go. Yeah. But mostly the armor is mostly because it's much. So try and once you get out of that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go again. Ready?
Oh fuck.
Oh, you're right.
Hold on, because I think I hit something.
Oh shit. I really should. I think my TV's alright. I didn't. Yeah, always be aware of your surroundings in real life, so you don't hit anything.
Okay.
You good?
Thankfully, just a wardrobe.
Alright. Now I'm gonna try something at you. Let's see if you can recover from this.
No. Okay.
And good. There you go. There you go. Yep. There you go. All right, I'm gonna switch it up for now. You stay as sword, and I'm going to see how you handle with. All right.
Oh.
Trying to do the right, trying to get it the right way, and trying to bypass the shield.
That's just because I have reach. Now, mostly when you go against attackers like this, they try and go for your legs, because, or yeah, they can try and go for an overhead and try and get over your shield. So you can still, like again, sword is both offense and defensive. You can try and bat it away. So try and bat it. Go for a try and knock it out of the way. Go.
Probably swung too fast.
Yeah.
Pretty much overpowered when it came to something like this. Maybe get past the sword.
Yeah.
From the back of the head.
Right.
Okay.
Alright. There's not much, yeah. So. Most of the time when you go against spearmen, you're always on the defensive.
Oh no, now I gotta fight that ghost.
Mostly you see in a shield wall. The common tactics that I implemented in my LARP is we have a 2-line, so we have like both a spearman and a swordman at them, giving them both defensive cover and offensive cover. So yeah, all right. So when I goes for I go first, and yeah, all right. Let's get back to the. Let's
try to. Alright.
There you go. All right, let's get back.
Heat is starting to kill us.
Won't save you in this fight.
I'm in the Midwest. It's
Okay.
I can tell you here in the East, it's still pretty bad.
Shit. Really inadequate.
Yeah. All right.
Or do you have an invisible avatar? I do. Then I have to switch to that for a couple minutes and switch back whenever you come back.
Just so you know, he cannot use my.
All right.
Hey, pass the word along. Spheres and shields for everybody. I have a feeling they're coming up with something of a game plan for us to go through. So let's see if we can counter them.
Okay. Oh, what? You mean those people that I can see over there?
Yep.
I know.
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, do I want to go right-handed or?
Oh well, since because I think we're gonna get some water, and yeah, because I'm guessing it's going to be.
So everybody in spheres and shields, and pass it along to everybody else.
Oh, come on, hurry up. Where the heck? Okay, there it is.
I was actually wondering.
So you kind of got like the gist of fighting, yeah?
Like the bladed shield and RP.
I mean, theory yes, but it's
Yeah, it took. I mean, like when I used to do LARP, but it took me a while to get used to it. I mean, this is how I'm just going how they taught me.
Run it like that across someone. It's just a massive fucking cleaver.
I mean, most of the time we both. In my war band, we're mostly shield wall dependent. So we have like swordsmen and shield and spearmen. They have like back in the.
Alright.
Yeah.
Nice work. High five.
Yeah, it's a matter of like latency, telegraphing.
Telegraphing, yeah.
Actually knowing.
Need to check and see if I broke anyone. Have I got any angry texts?
What are you talking about? It's only 8 in the morning. 8 in the afternoon.
Incorrect. It is currently 2 a.m.
It's only 7. It's 10:17 from where I am at.
East Coast America.
That's in. I'm in.
2:47 a.m.
I'm on Australian time, so I'm it's like during the day for me. It's the reason why I can do these RPs, because it's during the day for me, so I don't have to worry about buggering up my sleep schedule, which is already buggered up anyway.
My lovely little combatants.
Oh boy.
You might not see me right now, but know that I see you. I would like for you all to kind of congregate into the same area, if you will. Because I'm going to throw at you a little situation.
Shield wall!
What you hear as you stand in this desert landscape. You hear the
Come on, brothers!
dam come from the side.
Shield wall!
That you
Spears up!
The sound of shifting plate and metal dragging across sand.
They're gonna surround us.
You are about to be accosted by something you have never.
Make a circle! Circle! Circle!
You should ready yourselves, for you do not believe you will be able to take on this enemy. But you know you have a safe haven if you turn back.
I am so gonna die first.
Combat will begin as soon as they see you.
Make a crescent.
Crescent maneuver! Crescent!
This is your first test.
Squares, congregate, brothers, congregate. Don't stand there like a fool. Get over here.
Come on, man! Come on, lads!
First line, second line, in formation. Lances up front, shield to the front.
Take the shield out.
Closer to each other.
Close ranks! Close ranks!
Close ranks.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
some silhouettes that are kind of frightening me right now.
Yeah, I can see something off in the distance, mate. I can see something in the distance.
If you die, you die. You hold this line.
Prepare for battle! Kapla!
By the God, what are those things?
O's! O's!
Souls in my domain. Hold your ground. God, they're ugly.
Stand ready!
I didn't sign up for this.
Hold the line. I'm ready.
What the fuck are Don't pull back! Fall back to secondary positions!
From behind.
He's
falling onto the ground. Your spears go into it. Suitcase right in the back.
I died gloriously.
Yeah. Off to Silvercore.
Wanna play pat a cake?
Oh god.
Pat a cake of the dead.
Invisible avatar. Invisible avatar.
Hang on. Get up.
This is my mango.
I will lay down.
Mango body position.
Wait.
Woo! I was just like,
Any of them? No.
I don't think so. Nope.
Stop going in the chest like.
oh god. That was almost a similar. That was like a. But wait. A similar formation that we did.
That's the fighting.
The shield wall could have used some work, but hey.
Yeah.
First time.
But hey, yeah, exactly.
How does it feel to be dead?
I feel pretty great.
I don't know, I'm dead.
I don't know.
Understood.
Why don't you ask yourself?
We be dabbing in the dead.
I am so sweaty right now.
Get some water in ya.
That resurrects us.
Oh, poor light over there.
Holy shit.
I know it's going a lot better than I thought it was.
Well.
You know what? The shield wall held longer than I thought it would.
Oh god.
Well, if we had like if we had like what we call a Breton wall, we would definitely have like spears and spears at front, swords at back. That's one of my. That's.
Well, okay. I mean, if we did it like a pike wall, it would have been pikes up front, and then you'd have swords in back for the.
Do not take my generosity for weakness. You are the ones who subjected yourself to this fate.
I'm gonna slowly crawl over there.
Yeah, you died in each other's arms. That's better than,
God damn it, brother, that's so gay.
You just died.
Stopping. Oh god. Oh, I think I got P6 on that. No way.
Let me die in silence. It was beautiful. Why must you sing to me?
Right now,
not let you die alone. So we have a lone survivor and a lone coward.
Oh god.
I think this is good enough of a situation to end.
Maybe we should have used strong.
So, everybody form up. Form up by the pipe. Form up by the pipe.
Bastard. Can't believe you did this to me.
Traitor!
And leave everyone else to die storm?
I would try to
to grab someone's foot when you executed them.
So
no, it's good. It was fun.
I died so many. Oh, I thought I was about to die of 4.
I was not expecting.
everybody go ahead and take a breather, take a sit down, take a drink of water if you have it.
Smoke him if you got him.
You should have it by now.
I got chopped in the head.
Gentlemen, you sacrificed your life to let me escape. Great job.
Everyone kill him.
Everyone
I died very quickly.
Good fight. I got guard breaks and then I got chopped in the head.
He's going back. He's over there.
Haven't killed me the same way.
I was in the misty.
You can see him right there. Fucking kill him.
Once again, constantly being thrown around.
I'm only doing this.
I was the only one that once I finally retreat, then I said, oh fuck it, go in. All alone. Okay.
Two people survived. We definitely should come back and take the high ground. Definitely should come back like it's over here. That was
Took out our front lines and
Oh yeah.
I feel bad for the left flank.
Yeah,
If it remains on the left flank at the moment.
I showed him trying to circle more Warhammer feels like it. No, we're not doing this. Second one.
Empire melee spearmen.
not bad. Just bite your ankle.
It's a good idea.
Get further in the sand.
Or they're just gonna, do heavy strikes.
Yeah.
I died in a very stupid manner, but I think that was
Thing is, my head's right here for me.
Laying on my couch.
Finished me off.
Good shield wall though.
Okay.
Yeah. Engine was all like, hey,
Everybody,
spears and shield.
pay attention to the skeleton on the hill. And
Yeah.
also a very large man in large black plate. So, no, do not worship me. I said pay attention. And there is the first sacrifice of this combat workshop. So, there are a couple of notes. There are a couple of notes that we saw and we want to point out by being a part of and leading that onslaught that happened. First off, I just want to say amazing shield wall. It was expected. But Haven has some stuff that he wants to say, and I will give up some following pointers once he gives his. The voice is yours.
The scenario was set up so that you guys had a safe haven to run back to should you choose, but almost every single one of you chose to take the L, which is, as the people running this workshop, impressive. And we love that shit. It is important and imperative that as a role player, because you'll find yourself in situations where even as a player character, you'll take hits and you'll get hurt, but especially when you're doing role play, you'll end up fulfilling a lot of roles such as NPCs and vice versa, or the bad guys. So learning to take the L, to take the hit, is imperative, and just about every single one of you did that. So, well done, well done. Proud of you guys for that.
Yeah, woo! Kind of hurt my toe.
So, what this is a small bit of an introduction into is definitely what we would consider combat levels. Quite obviously, you guys were paired against something that was beyond your skill level, beyond your ability to kill as a combat level. So even if they were taking hits, they were shrugging it off. You could see how some people were role playing it out. These big undead beings. That is a good example of combat level. And that won't always be you're gonna lose, you're gonna win, no matter what. This was what we would consider a DM insert, an expert level character that was unbeatable. What you'll see very common in a lot of role plays nowadays is characters or NPCs being introduced with these combat levels, and they can use a whole variety of vernaculars to describe them, untrained to militia level to well-trained and experts, or numbers applied to NPCs and vice versa. It's important to keep those in mind, because what that means is when you're out there fighting them, that without having any dice rolls interact should help dictate how that battle's gonna go. Such as if you are say this soldier, Right here. And you are standing up against, let's say, this guy. But I'm not the god tier level 20 being that I am now. He's trained, your average soldier, and I'm a being that's also trained, but, you know, I've been at it for a long time, and I've clearly got the advantage. It does not mean by default that I'm going to win, at least not immediately. It's going to be a slow, downhill fight for him. Until he gets someone else to help, or you guys manage to role-play it out in a ways where he does manage to come out on top. That's when it comes down to the dance. The back and forth. Being able to determine how this fight's gonna go based off of who I'm fighting. If I'm up against him and I'm bringing, let's see. Let me, here. If I'm bringing this boil... well, the legs are still backwards on it. Even better.
We've been telling you that.
He's being a pushover, but point is, you can tell this guy's pretty much a civilian. He's not going to, he's just simply not going to win when it comes to it, especially if this guy's got a weapon. So, combat levels are something important to keep in mind.
Wait, is it on?
Take it. No,
I have no idea if it's on.
No, now you can take it.
Alright, there we go. So, like Haven said, combat levels is something to keep in mind. The skill level of the opponent that you are facing. For the purposes of the training, we were sending you up against somebody of equal skill level. But usually a DM or the actual model itself will give you signifiers of if it's more powerful, less powerful, a goblin, or a giant. Figuring out what the skill level of your opponent is imperative to being able to sell what you're able to do. And always as a part of combat, as is what I was trying to signify during this whole workshop, is running away is an option. You can run away. You might be branded a coward, but you're at least a live coward.
I have retreated a number of times.
Retreating is a heresy thing to say.
We want to die with honor, I guess.
Either way,
I wanted to go to Silvercore.
Combat levels is certainly something to keep in mind. The character that you are playing has a combat level themselves. It might change depending on what roleplay you're a part of. Like if you're trained militia, if you're a military veteran, if you're a goblin off the side of the gutter streets. Figure out what you're actually able to do. And then once you have that, you'll figure out how many hits you're able to take and give. Something that I forgot to mention also is how to take hits. I've seen a lot of people do it very well. Like as soon as somebody sends a strike, they take a hit by either reacting with or going into the hit, reacting to it, and turning into a blow. Like they hit me with a punch. Punch me. Like, the most common thing is to flick around and stagger a bit. That's the easiest way to show that you've been hit. If you've been sliced, you can grab at the cut and go like, oh no, my chest. And for those of you of the particular gender, if somebody kicks you, you know what you do.
Word a cop.
Yes, that is an
Factory.
option. However,
Check. Joke's on you, I don't have one.
exactly. Anyway,
The unsalty.
so
What are you, a eunuch?
selling a hit is all about showing the other person that you understand that you have been hit. Either it's shrugging a shoulder if you're one of these powerful enemies. Like, I can't remember. Who was it that went up behind me and stabbed me in the shoulder? Ace, when you did that, did you see me lean forward and then after a while grab the spear you stabbed me with?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, giving your combatants signifiers of you saw the hit that they did is a big thing. If you give them a visual or auditory signifier that you have been hit
that is confirmation. And then once that confirmation is had, they can do something with it. But that's also another thing you just need to practice. So, with that, I'm going to ask one thing of all of you, and you're able to give me a silent answer or a hoorah if you want to actually do it. Would you like to do another one of these scenarios?
Yes. Stand up here.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, absolutely.
If you would like to do another one of these scenarios, raise your weapon and join me over on this side. This one, over here. However, if you would like to move on to the ranged portion of the workshop, join Haven over here.
I am.
So, to let you know, melee combat scenario, ranged combat workshop start.
I'm actually curious about this too, so.
It's really fucking awesome.
We'll make sure we take time to practice both either way.
Yes.
How about we use guns on them?
Yes. But it will be a similar... To let you know, the ranged combat workshop will be using guns.
It's the fucking gates.
Okay.
Instant 180 turn. So, it looks like a whole hefty portion of people want to do the ranged combat workshop. So I'm just going to end off the melee portion with saying, thank you very much for coming, and for anybody who is dipping out, I'm pretty sure that's what you're trying to tell me over there in the lonely little corner on the side.
I'm guessing probably.
Unless you're coming in.
I think.
Okay.
I got
Well,
at least 2 hours left about it.
we're outvoted. But anyway, thank you all for coming to the melee portion of the workshop, and I will officially transition it over to Haven for the ranged portion.
Thanks, Andre.
Thank you, Andre. You're awesome.
No problem. I'm still gonna be here.
Hold on.
Bye, Andre.
Bye, Andre. Bye, Andre. Love you.
Love you. Bye. I will give you the voice.
Okay.
The voice. The voice.
All right. So,
we just stay in this avatar?
go ahead and stay in these avatars for now. When we change up, I'll give you guys avatars to switch into. So, as you guys know, and the reason we cover that is because melee combat, learning how to give and take, learning how to broadcast and telegram yourself is all exceptionally important, especially in any kind of roleplay scenario. Because when you do ranged combat, you know, even then, you still end up in CQC. And if you get locked in with someone, you're going to RP it out. So, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, roleplay, especially gun-based roleplay, which has been bound to avatars for a long time and stuff like that, gets very wishy-washy, complicated, because you're kind of spraying and praying at each other for a long time. And the nice thing about melee combat is you are within range to tell that story. You are close enough to someone that you can telegraph what you are doing, and they can react. You can make sounds and they can hear it. Can't do none of that shit if I am all the way over here. Right? Can't do none of that shit. So ranged combat becomes very, very strange. So one thing myself and my team have been working with for quite some time is a system that we at a certain point soon are looking to help implement into other role plays and vice versa, so they can use the similar tools and be able to bridge that gap a lot easier. If you all would follow me.
To the kill house!
See that building over there?
Which one? There are like 10.
The one right in front of me, 3-story. Everyone get inside there. Except for Andre, Cano, Engine, and Oak. You guys with me? Everybody else inside the building.
What floor?
Oh no.
I don't think we really.
Heads up for those of you guys. This goes for everybody. I advise having your world sounds turned up. It is safe to have it up to 100%. These maps are all built to do so.
Can verify.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get firing squatted right now.
You all just hang tight.
Carry me into battle, pause. We're all gonna die.
No.
Wait, we could use our ATK characters.
Oh, gun will literally go
I
through
think
the
he
shield.
wait, but
already switched gunfight. Kind of Warhammer-ish, isn't it?
Oh. Yeah. Switch.
Oh, what is that? Is that stun baton?
No, Tomfa. Is that right?
It's a backwards tompa.
It's a stun baton.
No, it's a stun baton. It isn't stun.
Well, it's not a stun baton. It's a
No, it does stun if you hit him. You will get stunned if you get hit here.
No, it's just a whacking stick.
It doesn't stun.
I know it doesn't get stunned.
Police brutality.
No, it's just a win.
I got my phoners.
No, it's just a wind. This wind. Right here.
And they actually were held that way in the earlier model, to be completely honest. And you could also dual wield them.
I mean, it's this wind.
Could.
They removed that a while back, sadly.
Oh.
I have a feeling you're gonna
Was
get
it a
shot.
competition or something?
Oh yeah, we're about to get shot. You're gonna see.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy.
Sir, what the hell are you gonna be doing with 2 stun batons? 2 weeks of retirement. Oh no, this would be.
It's like you need your other hand to interact with those things.
Oh no.
I think.
Did he add them to the map?
Oh, he better not.
Oh shit.
It's a mech.
Is that mechs or is that aerial bombardment?
I think it's a.
No, I'm kidding.
I can't
Hey, wait.
hear anything.
I hear
all the way. What do you see, buddy?
The wind's been rough these days, and the dust storms.
That's a mech. Okay,
I heard it.
I want to make.
Oh, fuck security. Fuck security.
Hey, you know what?
Hang on. Twist neck. The effective legal. Welcome to Nam, boy!
Better than you guys can, man.
Burn out, burn out, burn out, burn out.
Oh, they're pushing up on us, man.
They're coming in.
Oh shit, man. I think they're coming in.
Get your melee weapons.
Close quarters, get ready, close quarters.
Alright.
Out, just out. Everybody out with your hands up.
Everybody out.
Everybody out. This is part of the training. Everybody out. Out, please. Everybody head out. Out the back door. Out the back door. My hands are up, man.
Everybody out and line up.
Shit, you guys go.
We were at a cosplay convention.
I see you up there. Get down.
Yeah, I mean, it was Renaissance, bro. It was unfair. You didn't get the memo?
So, we create a system.
It was
I want you
Desert
to
Ren for me.
notice. These are all world-based guns, and there's a variety of them, and then more of them continue to be added as time goes on. One thing that's important to notice why this is different as opposed to avatar-based sounds, or avatar-based weapons, and etc. Avatars, the animations and the sounds, everything, they only play... Oh, hold on, let me put this back on. Avatar sounds and animations only play when you're looking at them, so it is impossible to tell if you are being shot if you're turning away. Whereas in this instance, everybody turn around, face the opposite direction.
Oh, great.
This is execution.
I needed to have one day.
Alright, everybody turn back. Another thing we've noticed, because very much like with the royal play combat, ranged combat, it is very difficult to tell when you have been hit, especially from so far away. A couple of people have created means to bridge that gap by making world-based guns that cause like the big red blur filter that symbolizes you've been hit. We prefer to leave things as role play, meaning it is an interpretation system. When you see the effect, that means you have been shot. You are able to interpret that as you say fit. And you can interpret that differently as an NPC versus as a regular PC, vice versa. It works differently with this system we have. There is what you will see is a suppression filter, like in video games when bullets land and ricochet nearby, and you will hear a loud psh, 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 snap sound. And it only triggers when the bullets flying towards you, because it won't happen if you're behind it, pass within a certain radius of your view box. Say for instance, let's see, Light, come here, stand in front. Front and center. I want you to let me know if you see anything when I do... Here, give me that gun.
Light's dead.
Because this one's a tad bit different because it's a chonker. Let me know if you see anything when I do this. I'm shooting at her feet. See anything? I'm gonna shoot your knees. Anything? Cool. All right, now I'm gonna shoot your. I'm gonna shoot you in the chest. And actually, you guys behind her, you will see this too at the moment.
Okay, first
You see that?
I did not see it, but I heard the pack.
Yeah, it increases the more you get hit. So if I do this. So, that could also happen if it goes by her head, like say this far away. It didn't hit her, but she saw it. So, the reason we have this set up this way is so that if you are a player character, or vice versa, and you were peeking a corner and bullets come ricocheting past you, or even hit you if you're trying to, bound or whatever it is up to you as a player to decide whether you've been hit or not. And then you can call for a DM or roll injury, whatever it is you want. Unless it's, quite obvious that you've been shot. We leave it open to interpretation. Yep. Versus if you're an NPC with a certain combat level, what we like to do is say you have a certain amount of hit points. So let's say you're a level 15, which could be considered well trained. It would take you as an NPC 3 shots to go down. And you could interpret a shot as seeing that filter. Now, real quick, is anybody here affected by screen space filters? Like a little shade, so to speak. So does anybody have problems with those? I assume not. No. Guys, do me a favor. You're all a bunch of cosplaying weirdos, so you're getting executed. This is to show you what it looks like when you get hit. Lock and load. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pretty easy to tell. Not to mention, if you go all the way off to the side, wherever it is, that same thing will happen. If I'm standing up here, and someone is all the way across on the opposite side, and you manage to land that shot close enough, which is still difficult from that range, yep, it is still playing for me, even when you're turned away. It is highly optimized, very useful, and is a very fun, aesthetic way to bridge that gap between RP combat. Now, like I said, oh yes, there are sound effects for impact, so if I shoot the ground near you, including metal ricochets. They react to the environment around you. So, 1 second.
Arctic with me for a second.
Okay, so could we switch into Arkham ATK servers? Yes, okay.
Alrighty, sorry, I was talking to the fiance. So, here's how we love to practice this system. We are going to split you up between players, quote unquote, and the NPCs. NPCs have a particular combat level, and you have hit points. When you see that filter as an NPC, that means you've been shot. Now, there's a little bit of wiggle room for that, because say, for instance, if I'm out in the open, or if I'm peeking around a corner quite obviously, and I see the bullet land nearby me, I can take that as, okay, maybe that didn't hit me. Again, honor system, role play. That's what this is all about. But if I'm running across an open field and I get a snap as an NPC, I'm more likely to take that shot. So, here is what we are going to do. Real quick. Let's go ahead and put all these away. As I mentioned before, on these maps, there's a menu system. If you reach up next to your head and you pull the trigger, it will bring out a menu. That will immobilize you. In order to get out of that, you jump. Press the jump slash... Yeah, press the jump button in order to get out of it. That's what'll do that for you. So, let me go ahead and return a mine. Nobody do anything with them yet. Nobody doing anything with them yet.
Well, let's turn turn into this one location.
Yeah, I'm just gonna return all real quick. I returned everybody's weapons.
How?
So, everybody, here. Everybody, reach up. You will notice, in order to navigate this menu, you use the stick on your left-hand side. If you're having trouble get it, just reach next to your head and click, pull the trigger. Then you navigate with it up and down using the stick. It's not a point and use like the regular VR chat menu. Go left, right in order to expand the menus and decrease them. So if everybody goes to guns, there should be a list. There will be pistols. It shows you these all exist in a pool. That's a maximum number that can spawn. Go ahead and everybody either give yourself a pistol or a rifle. Oops.
Do we just want to hit spawn or?
Yep, spawn. Hit spawn and it'll put it in your left hand. Nobody fire them just yet.
Yep, unload your gun.
As a matter of fact,
Pull out your magazine.
As a matter of fact, pull out your magazine. There's a series of boxes that you click in order to take them in or take them out. You don't really have your hand on it. It's easier just to kind of point at it. Careful. Including the magazines for the pistols. Pull the mags out. And then you can also pull the ignition to unchamber the round. Very good. So, without anybody firing, real quick rundown. These guns operate like actual guns. They count the amount of bullets inside of them. If you have a pistol, magazine goes in, magazine goes out, and you pull it back to chamber the round. And don't go ahead and try it just because it's noisy, but if you were, hypothetically, to pull back on the chamber on the pistols until every single round ejected, it would do that.
Yep,
it would empty every single round. Same with the rifles.
And then you can pull the magazine.
One thing to note, the rifles, there is a flashlight on the front. Because this is a daytime map and these are real-time lights, let's do our best to not use those because that will affect frames in the long run.
Take it out for now, and then also the bolt.
So make sure your flashlights are off.
Yep.
Yeah. And on the side for the rifles, there is a safety mechanism. Switch it a couple of times. There are 3 modes. There's a full auto, semi-auto, and safety. You will learn what those are as time goes on.
Safety's all the way up on the bar.
Recommend going with the...
Semi-auto is the bottom one. Safety is the...
Oh, another thing to note. Everybody pay attention here. This is another fun little trick we have to help with immersion when it comes to these weapons. So I want you all to pay attention to how this sounds when I fire it right here. Now I want you to pay attention to how it sounds when I go over here.
Hey Samson, can you hold my rifle for a second?
No, I was just wondering if there was any more.
Thank you.
Or I know there'll be load. That's a reload thing.
Yeah, you cannot do that with have
Pull the magazine.
You want to pull the bolt out, you're going to have to put that lead.
The sounds change when the weapon is occluded.
Okay.
What the?
Not like that. Pull the magazine. Pull the magazine. So, yep, pull.
Click.
So a
And
little
then
bit of gun safety. Have the gun not pointed at people when you're using it.
This is
That too, yeah. There's no forward grip just yet. There are no forward grips active just yet, but those will be added later when it comes to all these weapons.
Cool. That means we'll be able to hold it like this.
That'll help. Here's what we are going to do.
Help with aiming because
I need
can you see
everybody to change into, let's see. The model Crassus is wearing right now, everybody swap into one of those. These are our henchmen models. These are the goons.
Oh, I think we have those.
Goon squad.
Goon squad.
Goon squad.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright.
Okay, you have no right to sound like Soda when you do that.
God dang it, this is really hard to do.
Alrighty.
There's off someplace else over gremlin energy. Dang it.
Now, I want...
Okay, so my camera's over there.
I want...
It's pointing at...
Let's see. God, there's a fucking lot of you.
If you
I want 7.
open it again.
7 people over here. Those will be our PCs for this particular engagement.
Anchor default.
There's way too many.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. You guys are the PCs for this engagement. Yeah, this group. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. This group. You guys will be switching into. Yeah, let's use these models now. That's fine. Good. Guys, have them grab this model.
He's invisible. Okay. Scorch, you're invisible.
You're invisible for Dawn.
Yes. These models have a little bit of customizability. Don't worry too much about them. But there is a equipment and helmet toggles. So go ahead and toggle on the helmet. So that's not on the menu. That's just on the radio menu. Yeah. Oh. Well, more specifically, the one I'm using.
All the way up.
More specifically, this one.
Gun safety.
Right.
Frick is still.
So you guys can toggle on the helmets. You guys are the player characters in this regard. Don't worry about medical roleplay. Don't worry about hits and armor. Assume you have a bit of armor. This is purely for the sake of getting used to the system and helping people getting used to getting hit and vice versa. The reason we go over a lot of this as well is because, as mentioned before, there's been talks of us releasing it to see if we can get it involved in other role plays as well. So, PCs, my advice to you is you stick together. Buddy systems, especially suppressing fire, definitely works in these kinds of scenarios. But I want everybody here, this includes you guys, to pay attention to one thing. I'm going to tell everyone about the talking gun. Talking gun, especially considering how many of us there are, is very important. It gets really annoying when you have literally everybody on the map doing this. That's obnoxious. So, for NPCs especially, where your objective is to create the scene, make shit energetic, fun, and enthusiastic, exciting, and, dangerous feeling, for these guys, is to help create the scene. As NPCs, or at least in this specific case, combat NPCs, your job is to help tell their story. So the concept of the talking gun is, instead of holding it down, it's having a conversation, a few words at a time.
Only friends as well? I have no idea. My clone is on. I couldn't access.
Way more realistic than you.
Yes, no using full autos.
Yeah,
for NPCs
yeah.
especially, that is important for you. Now, obviously, in this, at PCs, you guys have a little bit more leeway on it, but these are chunky guns. Treat them like they are. So, NPCs, I want you all to take your gun, aim up in the air, and practice a talking gun. 1, 2, 1, 2. Very good. Done. Very good. A little bit of lag because that's literally all of these guns going off at once. Don't worry about that. There's also the pools loading all the emotes and stuff like that, or all the little the hit markers. So that is talking gun. That is important. Now, for us as NPCs, when you do see that hit, that filter, as mentioned before, generally speaking, that means take the hit, go down. These models we have here, these have invisibility toggles on them. I advise you use those. Here's something I want to show you guys. Let's see. CJ, why don't you guys let me know what looks wrong with this picture here? Go ahead and gun me down.
Did he respawn as well?
Yeah, they respawn as well.
That was a respawn.
They can return them, but they stay there if you just draw. So.
Yeah, try to ground and leave them on the ground or throw them. If you throw
All right, what is wrong? Oh, no, leave my gun there, you What was wrong with that image? What is wrong with this image here?
Floating gun.
We don't like that. All the objects in this world, if you let go in the air, they will stay there. If you let go while you're moving, they will drop. They will throw. When you die, when you go down, either do your best to animate hitting the ground, because especially if you're from a long range, if I'm standing all the way over on the edge of the fog over there, and I do happen to land a shot on you, standing here like this isn't gonna tell me much. Throw up your arms, give a show, hit the ground. That is the only indicator from such a long range, especially, that you have been hit. Yeah, like right over there. I shoot him. Bam. I can tell I just hit that motherfucker. So, when you do that, either throw your gun off to the side, leave it there, hit the ground, put it on the ground, and then go ahead and toggle the invis. So you can get up, reset, do what you need, but leave your gun there. The way these guns work is you have the ability to return to the pool whatever gun it was you spawned. So if I go back to guns, and I click on the rifle, you see a bunch of options. One of them says, return mine, or return held. That means that the gun, like that one there that I spawned, will go back into the pool. If you need to get your gun back to you, that is what you do, and then you just respawn it. The reason you don't want to pick someone else's gun up is because if I'm like, oh, I killed him, I'm gonna take his gun, rip doo 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 doo. Your spawned weapon is your spawned weapon. If you lost it at some point, hit return and respawn. It goes back to your hand. Does that make sense? Alrighty. So, here is our scenario. Everybody follow me this way.
Hold on to your gun. They might go disappear while running.
Also, does everybody know how to work the safety on the rifle? Does anybody not know how to work
It was
the safety
described.
on the rifle?
We already discussed
Okay,
that.
good.
Yeah, it was described how to use the safety.
Oh god.
I did not hear that. Oh, God, you're an
No,
elemental.
gosh.
No.
This is so people can find me.
Follow the elemental.
Well, yeah, that's why I picked it. So this is one of the crafted arenas to practice this particular type of combat style. One thing I want you to note, if you pull out that menu again, there are teleport locations. I can't access it in this fucking mental suit. Oh, that's because the head position vanishes. I forgot about that.
The head is different.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna hop into something else.
Elementals built different.
Got it. Actually, I know what to do. Yes, teleports. When you scroll down on that here, I'm the guy with the red eyes. There we go. When you scroll down, there will be a teleport location called Team 1. That will spawn us inside this bunker right next to us. Click it.
Thank you.
Team 1 spawns us over here. Likewise, there are two other bunkers in these directions. I added walls to kind of help keep you guys, barreled in, kept in. But if you look at these antennas, that's a general kind of scope of where you want to keep this. Where you want to keep the combat at. So I'll show them to you just simply by running. Everybody, follow me. Then we will begin the war games. Oh, these weird slum models. Be careful with those. The meshes are
Haven,
weird.
I just crashed. I'll be returning
who's I?
momentarily.
I don't think they can hear you.
Who is I?
Digit.
Okay, yeah. I'll be back. We'll try to use the teleports as little as possible, but this is Team 2. This is Bunker Team 2, and the reason I point these out just so we can make them objectives. Bunker Team 3 is this way.
It's more of a toilet than a bunker.
Obvious walls and shit we can't go past, vice versa.
Yeah, Digit just crashed, returning momentarily.
Like a bantha.
Understood.
These walks are nice.
Yeah.
Right down there. That is Bunker Team 3. And then the first bunker is, of course, back in that direction we came off to the corner. It's like in a triangle. Don't let the fog throw you off too much. Keep an eye on the antennas, so it'll keep you in the play area. So, here's what we're going to do. Our players, you guys will start here at Bunker 3. Your objective is to clear out the general area on the inside. You will be given a cue when you begin, player characters. Now, for the sole purpose of practicing the system, understanding how to get used to it, how to utilize the guns, and for our NPCs, how to take hits, what to look out for, vice versa. PCs, don't worry too much about taking hits. When you take them, play it off like you got shot and it hit your armor, or you're bleeding. You know what? Roleplay it. It's roleplay. NPCs, 2 hits and you go down. As I mentioned before, generally speaking, when you see that filter, that means you have been shot, and that counts as a hit. Now, if you are behind cover, and you get hit like 3 times in a row from a range, you can kind of count that as 1, you know, because they're kind of just shooting in your general area. However, if someone walks up in front of you and obviously goes right into you, that's an obvious hit, you know, that's an obvious dead. So, when they do that, 2 hits and you're down, you're dead. You go ahead and you respawn, or you drop your gun, you go to invis, and then you wait to respawn back in. Sometimes a respawn call will be made, sometimes they won't be. This system is made so that we can alter it based off of how many people we have participating. So we can have very involved and thorough shootouts with only 5 people on each side, because the more people or the less people we have, the tougher we can make the out-4. We can give you agency to run around in an arena environment, try to outmaneuver each other, try to outflank each other, etc., etc. So, here's what's gonna happen. PCs. Take it slow, be tactical, be smart, relocate. Sitting in one place is a good way to get outmaneuvered and absolutely slaughtered. You guys will wait inside of that 3rd bunker over there. NPCs, follow me.
Okay, Dad.
I think somebody died.
Did someone die?
I think so.
Hey, Broncos have just crashed too. Someone take my player role.
Nope.
I'll join in a minute.
Was that a big crash? Okay.
I'll join the NPC side.
As well.
Okay.
has also
I noticed that. So that's happened before on this map. I think on this particular version there's a bug where it causes that to happen or causes something to choke at some point. Not entirely sure what it is, but that'll be fixed for one of the other versions. If you guys do wish to load back in, you should already have the map preloaded. Just join back in on somebody if you wish.
Roger
All right.
that.
That being said,
Roger that. Location, I will draw like a
I'm
sword
gonna
for you.
be bounced. Thank you for the workshop, and good night.
Have a wonderful night.
I'm gonna go ahead and despawn everyone's weapons real quick.
Oh, okay.
And then you guys respawn them, just because we have some that are, you know.
Okay. Night pet. Goodbye.
At least you should be working.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do
There we go.
Oh, never mind.
And everybody spawn one again. Nobody touched the LMGs for now. So those are the big chonker weapons.
Gotta get big chonkies.
Oh, it's because everyone's spawning. So just give it a second.
There we go.
It'll happen. Try it now.
All right. NPCs, follow me. Because there are fewer of you at the moment, you are being upgraded to 3 hits. 3 hits and you go down.
Yay. 10-4.
How many respawns?
3 hits. Nice.
I love uneven numbers.
I mean, 3s are 3s.
For this particular scenario, no respawns until everyone's
My
dead.
whole thing just crashed. I'll be back.
Yep, see when you get back in. See when you get back in. Alrighty, you guys are spread throughout some of these buildings here. Now, remember, as NPCs, your general task is to help create the fight. Crassus, you're invis, by the way.
It's an expression.
Your job is to help create the fight. Tell the story.
Global, by the way.
I'm aware. Tell you what then. So, there are a couple of things you do not do in ranged combat, the same you do not do in melee combat. No coup de grace. You see someone up on the ground, don't fucking execute them. Leave them there until they can recover. When it comes to swarming and overwhelming them, gauge how heavy they are facing resistance, gauge whether you think it'd be appropriate to close on in and gang up on them, or whether you should hang back and wait around a corner or move around, vice versa. I implore you guys to get into squads as well, you know? Separate yourselves between 2, 3, maybe 4 people. Stick together. These are built to be arena-like environments where you have agency to move around and outplay each other.
Let him.
All right?
I have
Haven,
crashed.
we just had 3 crashes in the
Red.
team for
Oh boy.
PCs.
Yeah, a lot of crashes. I'm assuming I probably crashed too.
So, did you just crash?
Should we just restart the map?
Looks like
Same.
Impossibear, Zebra, and Ivy Wind are all crashed.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
Light
Back
also
in.
crashed too.
All right. If you guys have the map loaded, you should be able to come back in. Yeah. There's something in the scripts on this particular map. It might be the teleports, is what I'm guessing. So tell you what, let's avoid using the teleports for now, because in further maps and when the system's released, those won't be the issue.
Would it help to restart the map, like jump out and jump back in?
Yeah.
Get the guns somehow, like more guns in the map, causes more crashes.
Yeah, might be guns or sound.
Could be it.
It might. Haven.
Yo.
It might
I
be a
had a
feedback
major
loop with
crash.
So many people trying to access the pool at the same time.
It might
So
be
it's
that.
the pool in unification, they're trying to access the same gun, but
It's like we can't stay on the map for like very long because they'll just be like, oh hey, how about I just lock everybody out there for a couple of hours?
Crashed really bad.
Exactly.
I might have to reset the charge yet.
If 2 people hit the button at the
Alrighty,
same time,
so-
I'm betting that it's the pool trying to pull the same gun, and it's pulled between 2 people, which causes an issue.
All right. Andre is pointing out something which could be it. It could be 2 people trying to access the guns in the pool at the same time, which is something that if it is the issue, we'll definitely figure that out and get that fixed. But it's good to know. Either way. So yes, those of you who wish to come back in should be able to load and come back in. Once you are back into the map, just proceed off into the fog on the sort of left side, and we'll be down there in the town. Is there anybody looking to join back in that we should wait on?
Yeah, I'm joining back.
I'm trying.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Sounds
we're
good.
down to 3-player PCs right now, so I
Yeah, let me restart. I'm coming back.
Yeah,
Got
I'm
it.
coming back. I'll be there
I'm
in a
coming
second.
back as well. Yeah, I'll be there in a second.
All right. Yeah. See you guys in a moment.
Haven,
Oh god, my hands
as we are
shake
doing
like
these,
fuck.
are we going to recommend that everybody have their name tags be off?
Oh, yes, of course.
question: if anyone crashed and crashed like Discord as well, will they be able to just jump back into here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be able to.
Speaking of crashing.
Yeah. No wonder. I got hit by something too.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
I was about
weird.
to say, I just-
Okay.
Yeah, I just crashed
I
as
wonder-
well. What-
Okay, so here's the fun thing. There's something that's causing that. We'll troubleshoot that. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up a fresh version of the map. How's that? You guys can go ahead and request.
Yeah, I
me
think
to
I'm the
request each
last
other.
man standing in the PCs now.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
maybe a
alright.
coincidence, but I crashed trying to turn nameplates off, but I don't know.
I crashed as soon as I logged in.
Yeah, I see a grand total of
Very interesting.
4 NPCs moving.
All right, I will. Yeah, I crashed as well. I will open up a new version of the map.
Oh, okay.
This is good though because the workshopping, the war games, all that sort of stuff helps us figure out exactly what the issue is, which is why it has not been a public release just yet. But once it is, because the nice thing about it is you can use this for other role plays, Aether, FT, wherever they choose to use it. Because you could use this on like bows and arrows because it's all based on the projectile. So if an arrow passes by you, same shit. And you can customize what the effects look like, the sounds look like, vice versa.
So, Haven, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Would you like for me to kind of secondary DM if you need it? Or am I able to just dip because there's some other things that I need to do? I didn't expect this to go for as long as it did, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. If you need to dip, go ahead.
Yeah, I know for a fact that you're able to handle the ranged combat workshop because this is a system you made. You know how to work this.
For sure.
If anybody has, just as a closing remark, since I'm still crashed and I'm just gonna be
Yeah, I
ending off the
relaunched
stream
one of them. I just opened up the new map so you guys can start requesting on me.
If anybody has any questions or wants any advice about melee combat in VR, I'm able to respond to DMs. My DMs are usually always open. It might just take a little bit for me to reply. So if anybody has any questions on the melee side of things, I'm more than open to giving people advice, especially if you just contact me directly or send me an @ in the mentorship channel. Just let me know, and I will help as much as I can.
Hey, Haven, is your name Haven_Kendrick, or is that
Correct,
the wrong-
it is Haven_Kendrick. If you guys need to add me to get back into the map, go ahead and do so.
And with that, I will wish you all adieu. Thank you for coming.
See you soon, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Adrian.
Easy, Andre.
Thanks,
Yes,
Andre.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Which one of you
Thank you, Andre.
motherfuckers called me Adrian?
That was me.
That's who.
Sorry, Andre, you could kick my ass on Wednesday.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Bye-bye.
Yeah, my VR's fucked now too, so I'm gonna reset my VR. I'll be back in a sec.
Got it. Yeah, for me, I just
Yeah,
required a VR chat respawn. So, interesting thought. It seems to only, because we've only ever had that issue on this map. Only ever. So, my guess is the next workshop map that we piece together from scratch, which is soon, because we're working on other environments, we'll probably have that issue solved. Yep. Probably.
Here's to hoping.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a very
sorry to
nice
bother you.
system. Yeah, what's up?
doing it at the same time.
I can't seem to find you on the third.
Haven_Kendrick.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's the guns.
Yeah, because it happened with the machine gun too.
No.
I kept on firing.
It might be guns, but also at least once he tried to do a sound and then half the people crashed.
That was the that was the jets flying over the leopards or whatever.
Really? That
Yeah.
was so stable last time.
Oh, I remember I crashed. when
Okay,
we
are you
triggered
talking
those.
when during the actual
Last time? You
session
mean the last
or
time
during
it
the
wasn't there?
During the
It's hard to
workshop,
pinpoint exactly what it is, and honestly, it may not even just be one single thing. There might be one piece of code or one sort of function somewhere that's hiccuping when you try to
Some class
activate
just
something.
going
Yeah,
screwy.
something, and so it just causes a big hole.
Maybe something
The
has to
question
come out
is-
with the
is-
teleport and
the
the guns and stuff. Sorry.
On combat ready.
Yeah, the question asked is what was
Dress
happening
for
when
the
everyone
occasion.
died at the same time.
If I die, I'm gonna die in fashion.
Block
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I don't know. I died when I was.
I want to die in the suit that I want to be buried in. I'm hand-to-hand combat with
Your
this
arm is
character.
broken.
Someone did.
I am armed with the bird.
About the bird.
I did see the name I did see
Look
the
at your left
name
thumb.
of the lighter color combat armors.
Oh yeah.
You're a combat medic.
It's like the other fingers.
No, good.
Mess with that a little bit.
Yeah, so it's just an entire bunch of combat medics against a bunch of grunts.
Well, that's why we
Fine.
can't kill.
Do no harm, you know. Everybody's able to heal themselves, maybe.
Everybody go ahead and spawn yourself a weapon. Don't, you know, do anything crazy with it. Just grab it, hold on to it until we're ready to go.
But what if
4, are you in the map?
I'm in the map, yeah.
I'm requesting off of you. Digit.
I'm not gonna get a gun until everybody has.
And it's so confusing to try to see who's who without the name tag.
Just to make sure you don't fire it off, don't make sure you unload it.
It's really
And
confusing. What the fuck?
Yeah, typical gun safety. Don't point at anything you don't want to shoot.
Yeah, point downwards or upwards, not
Keep finger out
forwards.
the trigger, don't point at anything that you wanted to kill me, more damage.
I could go over the 4 golden rules, but just don't point at it. You don't want to shoot.
Yeah, don't spawn all at the same time. Just take your time. The others spawn them. If you hit the bolt a few times, it will empty any leftover bullets in your gun, and again, it just disappears.
Don't worry,
Yeah, it was like keep your finger off the trigger. Yeah, I think it was like keep your finger off the trigger. Don't point at anything you don't want to kill me, more damage, and be aware of what's behind it.
And we're in that same town?
So, all the way down is full auto. You don't want to do that.
Oh, for fuck's sake. World Voice
Hey, everybody follow me. On me.
God damn, pause. You need to hit the gym, man.
Oh yeah, I recommend turning nameplates off for this particular exercise. So, we'll do this the other way around. Just so we can jump right into it. Players, you guys are starting inside that bunker right over there. Right over there. You guys will hear the cue. It is obvious. When the jet flies overhead, that is your cue to go. NPCs, remember, when you die, just drop your gun, toggle invisibility, and then DMs will tell you whether or not to respawn or not. And, you know, have fun with it. Remember your talking guns. Don't overload the system, don't make everyone go death, vice versa. Go ahead and spread yourselves out. Yeah. Remember, everybody has agency to move around. This is an arena. All right. There we go.
Whoops.
PCs, are you at the ready?
We're ready, Evan.
You ever wonder why we're here?
Don't start that conversation! What was that?
Hey, I didn't order pizza or Uber Jets.
Be on.
Oh no, there's battle mechs fighting in the distance. Battle mechs are fighting us, so we're fine.
Push. Come on, boys. Stay frosty. Watch your sectors.
Shots.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
gotta be careful about Frosty Jr.
Yeah, Frosty's such a showman. Frosty the showman. I can smell him. It smells. Wait, no, that's me. Oh, God.
You should have taken a shower.
Over there!
Where the fuck you gonna find a shower in this place?
Oh shit.
Ah! Fuck! I can't see absolute shit in this goddamn dust storm! Reloading!
They're running away from us, so I guess we want to. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Go to the corner.
How do I supposed to be here?
Jesus.
Fuck. Scared me like that. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not the truth.
Don't worry, I'm on your 6.
Hey, they're in here. Watch it.
I got your left.
Remember, as NPCs in this fight, make sure you count your hits, and make sure you do your best to make your presence known.
Fuck, that hurts.
Ugh! No, I totally forgot there's actually there's music on this map.
accessing the top floor.
Position, get ready for the call. Get ready for the call.
And suitcase.
Huh?
My name.
You're visible. You're meant to be dead. For sure. Might be main thing. You there, Kisher?
Yeah, it's saying I'm invisible.
Yeah, I'm invisible.
Strange. Let me reload your model. Or...
Safety settings.
Yeah.
It's safety settings.
Yeah, I have invis. Okay. Mine or your
Well, it's kind of just on everyone's end. If they don't have the safety settings for your expressions on, you can't go with it. Like it's like licenses accessing. Essentially.
Okay, I see. I see.
Building clear.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's a general safety issue just because people have shaders turned on.
Also, respawning.
Haven, I have crashed hard.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that happen. Okay. So I think I know why that might be happening. I have an idea. But yeah, that'll
I think
take
someone grabbed
troubleshooting.
my gun as well too, when I was holding it.
It's possible. Oh yeah, and upcoming workshops, because there'll be more that are dedicated to range systems specifically. A lot of those issues fixed.
I love it. I really love it. I'm gonna head off anyways because my stuff is at 5%. Everything is at 5%. I'll catch you later.
Catch you, man.
Oh, wait, no. Maybe I'm gonna be alive.
You and I are locked into melee.
Okay, Palantir here. Looks like I crashed too. Think I'm gonna dip. Quick question though. For those of us in the ATK, do you want us leaving the Aether server?
Say again?
For those of us in ATK, do you want us leaving the AC server?
It's entirely up to you. AC, I know they're public drop-in, drop-out RP.
Okay, I'm out. See ya.
Let me take care of these for you.
I don't know what happened there. The menu.
I got distracted behind the building.
So I just crashed while joining in. I think.
Oh!
This is Tycho at Crash as well. I'm going to try coming in one more time before calling.
Alrighty, everybody form up. Everybody form up. Back into the middle. As everybody move into the middle. RP combat over. All right.
Man, I got hit 2 times in the leg. I almost thought I was dead.
That awkward moment when
So,
right behind you.
Like with no square one.
aside from the, you know,
Leg and the arm. I couldn't move.
aside from the crash, how does it feel? I saw people taking hits, NPCs especially, so that was all good. Again, it showcases that you guys definitely do know how to take hits when they are given. Other than that, how does the system feel to you guys?
Feels good.
Spawning takes me a little bit just because it's like, oh hey, you have to go through like a few menus just to get back to the gun when you've dropped it.
The spawning stuff takes a bit, but...
Yeah, you guys can do it like so fast, and I'm like, you're like,
Yeah.
You can't get used to it, yeah.
Yeah. Some of these assets. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know the website CG Trader, but we learned it's not really the kind of place you want to go to get assets for games, because it's usually meant for CG-based stuff. So a lot of these, which look nice, but a lot of these models that we picked up had to do a lot of tweaking to try to get them to work. But there's still spots you can get stuck in, such as actually, if everybody follows me this way.
I was like, I can show you one that I got stuck in.
Yeah, everywhere there's a little sheet panel roof line, you get stuck in the roof line.
Is it a little better place for that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to get out of the wall, because I added a wall for the sake of this this little this arena.
The exercise, yeah.
Is it the same map that we used before in the previous workshop for guns?
Yes, it is the same map. There's another map coming up for the gun workshop stuff, however, and that one's being made from scratch, so that should isolate and get rid of the issue.
The meshes and such?
Yeah.
Could try the one with the.
Because this is the only map that's happened on, so.
Yeah, you has better assets
For a
for
gun
games,
system,
so.
Mm-hmm.
for a gun system, I played Airsoft quite a bit. It's pretty similar to that. It's pretty good. The system runs pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. The system runs very nice, and it's meant to be up to interpretation. So you guys can see, like, when bullets are landing nearby you as a PC, how you can interpret that as, oh, I'm being shot at, as opposed to I've been hit.
Airsoft.
Versus when you're an NPC.
It's a little bit more, physical, but
it's like Airsoft.
Yeah.
NPC died.
And I think everyone played more.
Without being shot in the
From what I
groin.
saw.
Permission to empty my magazine.
I'm sorry, say again?
Permission, man.
Permission to empty my magazine.
No.
Like empty?
But I wanted to fire in the air,
Take
but
it
if
out
not,
empty,
yeah.
not like hold
no.
the trigger down.
So, by the way, these are meant to be invisible. Normally, as an admin, only the admins can see these, but it has a distance shader on, as you can see. So when I go over here, y'all can't see it. But this is what lets me do this shit. Kablooey.
I think one of those almost landed on me.
This way. Leave that one there.
The sound is just so real.
The music and the sounds were
you
really
can
good.
feel it in your bones.
That was so immersive.
Yes. Oh, that poor Mac. That's what I'm talking about.
No, that's an annihilator.
Oh.
There's like hundreds of different models.
Give myself the other one. That like this one? Yeah. Just because I'm a shotgun people with this.
It was a good run.
Well, we came here together, we die together, win.
So tell me how many as a PC is that insta kill me?
No, but you're missing.
Don't worry, I'm invisible.
Don't worry, my leg is over there and my arm's over there.
Casually just landing different places.
There we go.
That's the thing, though. You're not dead.
So, something I wish to convey, actually, and this is actually going to pertain a little bit more towards, because there's a lot of you guys here from ATK in regards to the combat system we have. Because we were talking earlier, and we were establishing the idea of combat levels. And those are very important, and what we want to do is do our best to step away from constantly doing rolls back and forth to determine how a fight plays out. And it's a very good system for people who are newer at RP combat and vice versa, to help them get that edge or determine what it is they want to do or how it's going to play out. But ideally, we have workshops and you practice doing, especially melee, often enough that you won't have to use those rolls eventually. It's all about the dance, how things play out. So, we have what we will consider those combat levels that you heard me mention before. The vernaculars for them change from RP to RP, such as we go by levels and stick with a number, like level 5, level 10, level 15, level 20. And if it doesn't have a level at all, well, it's quite literally a peasant. So those you could compare to being, say, those could be paired up with, say, militia level, trained to well-trained, and then expert. Expert being the level 20, which is, you know, never comes into play unless a DM otherwise specifies. But so, one thing that's going to be changing up a slight bit, and this is for the ATK guys, is everybody, not just NPCs, is getting a combat level. And it's going to be one of those 4s. And that depends on where you are, what department you work, and vice versa. So say, for instance, people who are in like engineering or mech techs, those guys will have a combat level of 5. Security, it's quite obvious you guys are trained to be combatants, so you would be combat level 10. Combat level 10 is like the general, most anyone who has any kind of combat experience or training is going to be that. If you have an edge, say characters who specifically have a combat edge, like they've been trained or they've been fighting for years, like Indra or Trentair or Kendrick, that is what boosts you up to a combat level 15. So that edge is what gives them that extra perk about being that higher combat level. And the reason those combat levels are there are to help you determine how a conflict is going to play out. So say, for instance, you can assume that if I'm going up against Scorch, who's playing someone from security, and if I were Kendrick, or for instance, this character, this Merc, would be combat level 15, when we're going at it, I'm going to have an advantage in this fight, and he's going to slowly be losing it. Until someone comes in to help him, someone comes in to save him, vice versa. Or, it is something that he could win, but it would be very hard fought for. Like someone made a quote earlier, heroes win hard battles, and villains win easy ones, so to speak. So it would be a hard fought fight. Exactly, yes. So that's how we like to play with that, and that's going to expand to characters of all kinds. So even if you're a player character or an NPC or a combat specific NPC, that will be the system that we're abiding by, so everyone will be getting those numbers. I got a question,
Can it be trained up?
It can be trained up, and that is something that will take a long time. You have to seek out the training in order to do so, and role play it out, and that is something that could take like an entire season. But it is possible to increase your combat level. Now, once that does happen, we're sticking to just the combat levels for now, instead of adding multipliers and modifiers for rolls and vice versa for edges, just because it's a simpler system to stick to that way. And we've got a lot of people who are newer to roleplay and RP combat and vice versa.
Every episode. Yeah. Bring it.
Do it.
I'm gonna fight you every episode.
So anyways, that is worth updating you guys on when it comes to ATK. So everybody will be getting those levels.
Oh, my burgers taste like pizza.
And you will know them, so that you know how to RP out those conflicts. So, yeah, that's what that is. And, yeah. This is the general town where a mission happened and they were fighting in. So this would be another fun place to have those shootouts. Which if you guys wish to do again, we absolutely can. If you want to switch sides, got NPCs versus PCs and vice versa. Now that I know about the apparent crash bug that's here on this map, it gives me the opportunity to do it from scratch, test it out somewhere else, and see if we run into the same thing, because it's probably honestly specific to just here, because we didn't run into it on the other maps. So.
Don't think we have that issue on the actual mission either, so.
Yeah.
There was some crashing, but it wasn't widespread.
Yeah, I do remember the mission that you guys did on here, and I did see a whole bunch of people were saying like, oh,
Possibly.
somebody else is trying to get in, back in, stuff like that.
I think it's like the amount of guns in script. I don't know.
Could be that. So here's what I'm gonna do, because I need to dip out. I need to give some attention to my fiance. She's done doing what she's done doing. And no, I know I'm coming to give you attention, and my face hurts. So that's 2 reasons. It's 2 good reasons. 2 very good reasons. So if you guys wish to remain here, utilize the map for a while, continue to practice, set up scenarios, use the weapons for a while, you are more than welcome to do so. Get used to the combat system, get used to taking those hits, etc., etc. Kano, what's up?
Don't forget about mention about the NPCs not to use them outside.
Right, yeah. And, yeah, of course, the NPCs that are being provided here are ATK specific, so please refrain from using them in roleplays outside of this one.
Gotcha.
Appreciate it, thank you. Okay. Lanius, what's up?
Did he crash?
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Nothing. This is what's weird. Nothing happened. Nothing happened that should actually cause this, because nobody was doing anything aside from like a reload. So I think honestly it's just something going on with. Oh, okay. So something somewhere is hiccuping. Something somewhere said hiccuping. But we know now. We know.
Melee combat. We never used the script, so we were fine.
Yes. So something in the script is wonky. I think I might have an idea what it is, but we'll test it out.
Oh, hang on. I need a photo of this.
Map is released.
Oh.
Guys.
I've bugged something where I can't
Hang on.
Oh, Haven.
Hang on. Move out of the way. Hang on. Got it.
Then he disappeared. So Haven, just real quick.
Such a perfect pose.
I noticed.
Yeah, that's why I took the shot. I'll probably put the ATK for.
Hell yeah, I can't wait to see it pop up.
Oh my god. Not part of each.
There we go.
I'll wait to see that. I want to see that picture.
I'll do that. Give me a moment.
Someone was shooting
I
at
don't know
us.
if anyone else saw it, but it looked like they were trying to remove the helicopter beam.
Whooping.
Oh boy.
So. Oh no.
Oh, don't tell me.
Oh, now it hit me too now.
Hold on, guys. Let me take this one too.
Same here, boss man.
We'll call it at the end of the workshop then.
Hang on.
The one that's coming up next,
Hang
we'll
on.
make sure that the crashing
Move.
issue
Ready?
We'll team back up with Andre, and we'll have what we call the proper Wargames, which is where we set up scenarios.
Thank you for the workshop, Haven.
Thank you so much, Haven.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the
guys.
workshop, Haven. It was nice to fish on the race from that.
That is such an amazing.
Oh my god.
The crash.
Go.
It's spreading.
Quick.
I've been listening to you tell me about the helicopter rifles like 5 times in a row. Alright. Love you guys. I'm gonna dip out. I'll talk to you all
Take it
soon.
easy, man.
Have a good night.
Oh god. And I too just.
See the rest of you guys.
Dude.
Out of this model.
Got me.
Oh god, yeah, the crash got me too.
Yeah, I think basically right now it's just gonna be like it's gonna come in a wave. It's like some people are gonna get caught than some other people, some more people than more.
Yeah, if you're still on the map, just leave because we're done for tonight. Unless
Yeah.
you really want to stay. But you're gonna crash eventually.
Goodbye.
Is anyone on the ATK map?
I just said that.
Has anyone-
Send me back into the map.
Yeah, I got DC'd, so I just left.
Alright, folks. Have a good rest of your evening. And we'll see you.
See you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. See you Wednesday.
Yeah, for those in ATK, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, our ATK people.
For when?
I'm what?
Wind.
And nice meeting you, AC guys.
Hey, well, glad.
And
Yeah.
I mean, some of us already met,
ATK
so.
people are fully welcome to stay in this Discord if you feel like it, but if you don't want to, you're not welcome to do whichever you choose.
Yeah, you can leave or you can stay.
I'm changing out of that avatar though.
Yeah.
Forwind, are you there? Nope, he's dead. Alright.
Even on Discord he's dead.
He's just fucking dead.
Mm.
It's fine. I was gonna kill him anyway.
There's a whole people that might end up doing just that on the next mission supposedly.
Yep, there he is. He's gone. He's dead.
Oh wow! Not only did he just ignore you, but just left without saying anything. That's
I know.
Just,
I'll
that's
kill
rude.
him for it. It's fine. I
can't
got
believe
it.
Good.
I got
Good.
this.
It's deserved.
Hello, hello. Is this working?
I'll burn his
Yes.
guild house down.
Yeah, we can still hear you, Lanny.
Oh yeah.
Check if
As
this
long as
works
it-
or not.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was muttering.
That's fine.
If anybody couldn't hear me before, I'm going to wager that is.
You're still
the
kind of
correct
quiet.
assumption. God. How about now?
Better.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
fine.
there we go.
Nope, you're totally quiet.
Are
Okay.
you trying? Ow!
No,
Okay,
don't let
there.
that loose.
Here. How is this?
Ow!
pain,
Ow!
pain,
saying
Ow!
anything?
Ow! Ow!
Okay, how's this?
Soul pain and suffering.
Trying to bless
I
my
caused
ears
all
off?
the suffering.
Sorry. I get really annoyed sometimes about my audio levels, and sometimes they just end up being the worst thing ever.
No,
so
it's
I
That's fine.
apologize for everybody's ears.
Lanius, you crashed at the perfect moment. It was
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Crash with your hand up.
I had just raised my
Don't worry.
hand.
Alright, I
He didn't
Yeah.
leave you hanging. He gave you a high five.
So what
Yep.
was your question, Lanius?
Yeah.
I mean, what was the question you wanted to ask, Lanius?
Oh, what was the question I wanted to ask?
I'm just curious.
I had wanted to ask if it was okay if I could get like everybody all gathered up to do like a whole, hey, this is everybody who was here at this workshop and whatnot. Of course, Andre wouldn't have been there, but we would have had
Oh,
at
you
least
wanted
quite
a
a couple
picture.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I wanted a picture of like everybody that was there, you know, in attendance, because you
Fate
know.
decreed otherwise.
Yeah,
said-
it's, the map was like just a wave of, oh, by the way, I'm gonna crash like every other person, and then it's like, oh, by the way, everybody's gone now.
Yes, because when we start using the scripts, people start crashing here and there. Because during the
Yeah.
melee part, we were fine, but nobody was using the scripts, so it's
we were
something
fine
in the
during the melee
scripts.
part.
Yeah.
So it's basically doing anything like teleporting, spawning guns.
Yeah,
doing any of that stuff.
there's like a bad code somewhere in the script in general that all these
Maybe.
different functions
Alright.
use.
Something around there. The last time that this happened, and the last time that Fate gave me the powers of irony, or some sort of shit like that.
Powers of
Fate
irony.
made at this critical moment where
Alright, I think that should probably be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. This is not a canon episode. This was just like a little bit of a workshop. Like I said, Just so you know, learning the new systems as you saw. Spatula, big thanks for letting me know about the whole thing of the whole me being deaf and so you guys can't hear anything. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys on Wednesday or Thursday, depending where you are in the world. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Have a nice day. No need for the end stream screen. Goodbye.